Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay, here's what's happening. Yesterday, late in the evening, just before I went to bed, I was watching another one of my motorcycle rides, and that was my intent. Like you'll know that I recorded absolutely every single ride that I went on, most of them in their entirety. The odd one, the battery died just before I got back home, or something like that. Oh, and then there's that one I've mentioned that I forgot to take the lens cap off of the GoPro. It's that yellow thing you see over there. That's the lens cap. Yeah, I left that on. But anyway, I got all of them. There's going on 600 rides altogether, individual rides. And so I started a few days ago. I think it was the day I realized I wasn't going to get to go out anymore. I thought, well, now's the time to start going through that, I guess you might call it, series. So I started with episode number 1, where I was struggling to get onto the bike and was wondering if I could actually do it. Yeah, and I'm up to, I believe it's episode 46 or 47. And what I do is I just sit there in the evening and I watch it and I make myself kind of sleepy. then I go to bed. I did that last year with the Rebel as well. And anyway, it's going to be, I think that probably by the time I'm out and at them again at the beginning of April, all being well, I should have gone through almost 600 rides. I think officially there are 556 episodes, but some of the earlier episodes had 2 or more rides in them. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. When I was sitting there watching this, it takes me a long time to get to the point, doesn't it? And annoyingly so. When I was sitting there watching it, I wouldn't say we use the word appalled, but I was bothered by the wind noise in the microphone. And I know last year I was going to experiment around using an extra recorder and try and locate the recorder in such a place where it isn't getting the buffeting and turbulence of the wind, and yet it'll still pick up the sound of the motorcycle. So I was thinking, yeah, but then I'm going to be going through an awful lot of batteries, because that audio recorder that you see there, it eats batteries pretty bad. So I thought, well, I'll use my rechargeable batteries. And so this morning I went and I learned what I had to switch on the inside the recorder to start using rechargeable batteries. And I did that, and it's actually running right now. In fact, both of those are running right now. And the thought is, I want to see how badly they get themselves out of sync as they run together in the video editing program. There will be a slight difference. Now, I just want to know, how bad is it, and how easy is it for me to stretch or shrink the audio timeline so that it matches up perfectly with the video timeline. And so I'm doing an experiment. That's over there. They're running right now. They've been running since 7 minutes after 7. So yeah, we'll let them run for about an hour. That'll give you a pretty good idea. Anyway, what are we going to do here today that's actually model ship related? Let's not talk about the motorcycle anymore. Well, what we're going to do is get ready for you-know-who I imagine is going to be over today. This little part that we glued on here yesterday, can you see it? Oh yeah. It's probably to the place now that you might call it brittle. It's not going to fall over, that's for sure. I want to go through and all the rest of these pieces and see where do they go. I think I'm probably going to end up having to spray part of it because there's a couple of little boxes there that go on the very top of the island. There's some sort of control thing. I'm afraid that if I try to brush them, I'm going to lose the detail. So probably have to spray those. There might be other stuff that should spray too. This part that we put on yesterday, I think it should be fairly easy to brush. I'm probably going to paint it the same color as the side here because I have to touch up where the glue. Although, mind you, we did a pretty neat job there yesterday. Yeah. Did you notice how I didn't over glue like I usually do? I haven't read the comments yet this morning from yesterday's episode, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised if somebody congratulated me on not using several gallons of glue when all I needed was a milliliter, if you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, let's just get going here and check out these parts, and maybe we can glue one or two more on yet this morning, and yeah. Oh my goodness, minus 19.8 Celsius. That's cold. That is cold. Not as cold as it's probably going to get before it's through. Now I do think about this every Christmas time, and I think about my mother saying, here we go with what my mother said, but I remember her saying that here in Winnipeg, when she lived in Winnipeg, she found that generally the coldest time of the year was between Christmas and New Year's. So hey, we're 3 weeks to Christmas. Less than 3 weeks. Yeah, wow. Soon it'll be time to take down my Christmas lights, which you can't see this morning too good. I'm planning on leaving them up until January the 7th. January the 7th will be the last day, and that will be to cover the Ukrainian Orthodox Christmas. Their old way of doing it. Now most Ukrainians here in Winnipeg, they celebrate Christmas on December the 25th, and I think probably around the world. But I think there are some that still actually adhere to the old. So in respect for them, we'll leave them up, and it also covers. Best I know, it'll cover Hanukkah, which isn't Christmas. I know that, but they have there's the Hanukkah celebrations and so on this time of year, and yeah. Okay, let's not get religious here. Let's get going. Oh, by the way, I've turned off the sound recording test, and it's I'm amazed at how close it is. I only let it run for just a little over half an hour, and during that half-hour period, it was only out 4 video frames. Now at 60 frames a second, that means about a 1/15 of a second out. The only way you would know that it was out is if the both the audio files were running at the same time, and you could sort of hear the echoing. I wonder if I've got enough on that one. That's gonna blow over. Yeah, that's gonna blow over. I better put a longer one in that. I also want to be careful I don't accidentally break the little spotlight that's on the top here off. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna replace this one. I almost forgot to unlock the door, Missy. I'm so sorry.
Bad day to have the door off.
That's right. We'd have frozen paws, wouldn't we?
Minus 33. We only went to the park and she's still 3-footing it.
Well, I'm not surprised. It probably was burning the bottom of her feet, like frostburn.
We're exploring those booties that have suspenders.
Oh yeah.
So
It seems to me I saw a dog wearing those last winter.
will be the next irritation she has. Try to protect those feet of hers. You'd think that snow is always 0 Celsius, you know? But I don't know.
No, I don't think snow is. I think snow gets as cold as the atmosphere around it. It's not like. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the surface of the snow will be cold. I'm pretty sure. You gonna Google it? All right, get out that old Google. Google knows all.
Artificial intelligence. What do you think it is? Hey Google, is snow always the same temperature?
According to National Snow and Ice Data Center, the snow surface temperature is controlled by the air temperature above. The colder the air above, the colder the snow layers near the surface will be, especially within the top 30 to 45 centimeters. Snow near...
In our history, that's 100 right for Ron, 0 right so far for Maxim. But I keep trying. The law of averages are on my side.
Eventually you'll be right, huh? Well, Missy, your paws warm now? All right, Missy, off you go. Brave the storm. Yeah, get those little paws of yours in the house on the other side. Yeah, she says, I don't want to go.
I guess it makes sense if the temperature of water can go up and down, the temperature of snow can go up and down. Does it get boring always being right? I'll have to ask. I don't have any personal experience.
Bye, Missy.
Bye, Uncle Ron.
Oh, it is cold out there. It is cold out there. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, just before Missy came, I was busy cutting myself here a longer piece for this block, and I think this is going to possibly be a little bit more stable now. At least that's the plan. to be very careful here. This is just a piece of photo etch. Okay, now is that going to stay on there? I think if I don't get my airbrush too close to it and it acts like a sail on the ship, I think it'll probably stay on there. Because otherwise it's going to go sailing off to who knows where. And in all likelihood, I will break off the little spotlight that's just precariously balanced on the edge of it there. Okay. What else can I stick on there? I suppose I put spray this as well. I was going to brush it by hand, but we can probably wouldn't hurt to spray it. Let's put it more or less in the center here. Yeah, I think that'll stay there. Okay. Now, not all of these are going to be black or light gray. I was thinking that maybe these smaller parts that are, a lot of these small parts, almost all of them, are going to be going on the top here. And I'm thinking that if I have them black, they won't show up as well as if I have them the light gray, the number 19, which is basically what they are right now, color-wise. But I was thinking this piece right here, can you see it there? Yeah, it has to go on the inside of this. So if this is light gray, maybe this should be black, so that you'll be able to see it real well. At least that's my thinking. These other pieces, I think light gray will be good. They'll show up real well. Whereas the detail on them won't show up as well if it's black. Now I could be wrong. I'm not an artist. One of the viewers is an actual artist, and he would know. There's probably a theory to it. But anyway, okay. Let's continue on here. Oh, some of these ladders. There's two ladders in there. They also go on this same side right here. One of them goes right about here, and the other goes back over here somewhere. Now I'm going to want to be careful here, because this piece that we glued on yesterday, which when you look at it straight on from the front, or I guess maybe that would be the back, it seems to be drooping down just a little bit, but you know what? In real life, it probably drooped down a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to have to put this on its side. So I've got a little block over there, and I'm going to try and just put this down in such a way that it's not going to be resting on that piece. All right. I think that's going to be all right. Now if I zoom in, are we still going to be in focus? Yes. Okay, now this piece took me a minute or two to find it. Find out where it goes. It goes right in here. You can see there is a little hole, and I'll put the macro lens on. You can see that the hole is actually keyed. So there's a right way and a wrong way to put this. Okay. Okay. Now you'll notice it's the end of this is sort of U-shaped, and I guess the idea is don't press too hard and break it off now. Alright, now it has to go down just a little bit. I wonder if I should put a holder downer on it just to sort of hold it there so it doesn't slowly slump over one way or the other. That seems to be pretty good right now. I'll just check it in a moment. In the meantime, I'm going to push stop here. Okay, the ladders are going to be black, and this guard that goes around this thing is going to be black. Everything else we're going to do the number 19, light gray. That way it'll stand out against the 82. At least that's the plan for right now. And it's going to have to be tomorrow because I'm going to call her quits here. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.